Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I am coming at you with another DIY renovation, and this time we're going to be talking about the master bathroom. As you may have picked up on, I have been slowly but surely redoing my parents' house in preparation to sell eventually, and we had so many spaces that needed to be given a little bit of love, and one of the big spaces that was in dire need of that was their ensuite bathroom. This bathroom had once again not been touched since we moved in here and was in need of a little TLC. Thankfully, they once again let me run wild and I was able to redo this whole space for them for under $500, which if you've been following me for a little while, you'll know that I did our other bathroom for the same budget. So without further ado, here is the bathroom renovation. So here is the bathroom before. As you can see, it was a complete blank slate. Everything was gray, all the trim was beige, and there was a lot of clutter everywhere that I was very eager to get rid of. The vanity and the medicine cabinet were dated. The light fixtures were not bright, so it felt very dark in there. And there wasn't a lot of great storage for my mom to put her makeup and things. All right, it is day one of the master bathroom makeover. I've got all of my markings on the wall. I'll show you guys kind of what the plan is for everything, and then I will get going on this. I still have to empty everything out of here just to make room for all of the board and batten supplies, but we did take down the old window treatment that was on there and replaced it with a similar one that I put in my bathroom and painted this windowsill. So that's the only thing we've done in here so far. Everything else is the same. So I'm gonna start on this wall for the board and batten, and you can see here I've already cut one piece of the batten out. So the plan here, I wanted to just make this as simple as possible and go over all of the outlet switches that we have in this bathroom. So this is at 47 inches from the top of the molding down there, and that is going to be where the big thick trim piece starts, and then these pieces here will fall underneath that. There's going to be, I believe, 6 of them on this wall. If you can imagine that, they're gonna go all the way across, and the spacing should work out to be about 13.5 inches apart. I think I'm gonna put 1 on this end piece here, 3 on this wall. I'm gonna hold off on this wall because I might end up doing some sort of a special treatment on this wall. This is gonna come out, be replaced with a circular mirror and then a new light fixture up top. So those things are gonna wait. I might put paneling on this whole wall, but I'm just gonna wait and see. If we're gonna be replacing this vanity at any point soon, then I will hold off to do all of that. If this vanity is gonna stay, then I'll just paint it. Lady, you match the wood. You match the wood. These 2 walls are the same exact length, so I think I'm gonna have 1 piece on each of them. The spacing, I'll just try and make sure that it stays within that 13.5 inches I was telling you about, and 3 of them should fit on this wall, and that will wrap the whole room. Eventually, I think I'm gonna try and find a piece of furniture or do something in here that will be a little bit nicer, updated, and same with the vanity. I think if we don't paint it, then we'll replace it with something a little nicer. The floor stays. This is the same floor as the other bathroom. So I'm just gonna act like it's not there. It's like a blue-gray, so it'll go with anything I eventually end up doing. My plan though, because my parents like this wall color, is to keep the same wall color and then just paint all of the trim a nice bright white, and hopefully the vanity will be a nice bright white as well. And this room will feel a little bit more beachy and a little more sophisticated. That's kind of the goal I have with this room. Hi, lady. My parents invested in a chrome faucet a little while ago, and it was not cheap. So the fixtures and all of the hardware in here will be chrome, which means these will be replaced. So I'm gonna have to find a nice set to replace these with. which won't be too hard. And then whatever mirror I pick out, I might do a black one. I'm not totally sure yet. I might try and find a nice wood tone to go on there. So I'm gonna get started on this wall first today because it is the most important and it's probably the easiest one. It's the biggest straightaway, and I should be all measured out so that I'm avoiding having to put anything behind the toilet right now, which is ideal. Okay, so we've got the nail gun set up, and I'm gonna get the liquid nails set up as well. It was just like a cheap one at Lowe's. So I'm gonna put this all along the back of the wood before I stick it to the wall, and then go back in with the nail gun to secure it. So I just cut the tip off of this fairly close to the very top here, but in order to get the caulking to come out of the gun, you actually have to poke a hole in here to break through the little seal that they have. You can kind of see it there. So I'm gonna go try and find a nail that's long enough to reach in there, and then we will nail it into the wall. Okay, so next up, I'm gonna be putting on these thinner strips, and these are gonna run vertically down the wall. So I'm gonna start right next to the door here. And this is gonna be the first piece. It's gonna abut the door trim here, and then we're gonna base everything off of this piece. So this one's gonna go on first. All the wood I bought is pre-primed, which is super nice, but everything underneath here is gonna end up being painted white anyways. So now that this board is up and the two pieces at the ends are on, I'm going to measure all the way across this wall the 13.5 inches that I figured out for the spaces between the lateral panels. And I'm gonna mark them with a pencil. This is a pen, but a pencil, and then I'm gonna make sure that when I'm looking at the wall, all of it looks even. It's a little tricky math-wise. I'll try and put a link down below for the blog post that I'm using as a reference point for you guys, but I just wanna measure everything before I make any of my cuts, and then I'm gonna go out and cut all of my pieces, and then I'll just continue along this wall and stick those all into the wall. Okay, so it is the next day, and you can see that I got most of the trim boards up last night, and today I'm gonna paint this wall here. These other walls, I need to cut very specific angles over here, and I can't do that with the little saw that I bought, so I'm gonna wait for these walls and this wall too, because we're gonna be putting trim around it. So I'm gonna wait until I have the appropriate tools to cut those angles, but in the meantime, I have put the wood filler into all of the holes, and I'm gonna go around now and sand those down, and then we're gonna get painting. Okay, one coat down. It's obviously pretty rough, but really lightens up the room. I'm really excited about it so far, so I'm gonna let this dry a little bit. I'm gonna try and do some of the trim boards in the other areas and maybe get to the cabinet today. And of course we have friends playing in the background because why not? All right, you guys, it is the end of day 2. I have finished priming, so I'm gonna turn the light on in here and show you guys how much we got done today, and I'm very, very happy with it so far. Like I said before, there's a few cuts that are on angles that are a little tough for me to do with my handsaw, so I'm gonna bring them to a friend's house probably tomorrow and get them cut with a chop saw. So here is the room. You can already see how much brighter it feels in here, but this whole wall and the back wall have the paneling on it. So if you walk in here, nice contrast with the upper wall. And all of this is going to be painted Chantilly lace by Benjamin Moore. Right now it's just the primer. So tomorrow I'll go and get the paint. And then here's this side. I have everything pulled off the wall right now. And the vanity is primed. And all the trim is painted. So it already feels so much lighter in here. This door keeps closing on me. We ended up moving this board. Originally, all of these are spaced 20 inches apart. This one is actually 21 inches because I wanted it to line up with the center of the window. And I think it looks really nice like that. So it's exactly 21 inches on this side to this board here and 21 inches to the wall. So this side doesn't have a strip down it, but that's because this corner has a strip in it. So that's the strategy behind this. I already pre-trimmed, and the corner here is a little rough, so I'm gonna have to sand it. So I might try and clean this up a little bit on the miter saw because my regular saw kind of chewed it up a little bit. So I'm gonna try and do this in a nice clean cut, and then we can use some wood glue and wood filler to fix that. But for the most part, that edge is pretty good. It could probably stand to be trimmed like a smidge. And then this side is actually a little bit short. So I really shouldn't trim any more on that side. And then this little piece here, I'm just gonna have to make up for this corner. Okay, another day down. I didn't finish, but I got a good chunk of it done. Let me show you. So I did this wall. I did 3 pieces on this side, trimmed out this corner, and then I did pieces like this to kind of cap it off a little bit. And then obviously I need to put some caulking in a bunch of spots and sand down and refill some of these nail holes. But I think that looks really nice because it's usually the first wall you see when you walk in. So that kind of gives you a better idea of what it'll look like when you walk in now. And then this wall was giving me a whole bunch of trouble. The piece that I had cut right here, the angle in the corner was off, and then I didn't have another piece of wood big enough to use there, so I'm gonna have to go to Lowe's and get another piece for that. So yeah, that's what I got done so far today. I probably won't get to finish the woodwork part until next week, and then I will be able to paint, and hopefully we can find a light fixture and a new mirror to put on this wall sometime in the upcoming week, so we can order that and get that going as well. And I definitely am happy I invested in a miter saw. It was really, really useful. But again, like, some of these corner pieces are proving to be very difficult. So once all of the board and batten was done, I knew that the room needed to just be lightened up a little bit and given some more life. So I picked up this awesome peel and stick wallpaper at Lowe's, and I decided to hang that all the way around the room. That way, if they ever wanted to take it down later, they could, and it was kind of a low commitment way to change the space. I also painted the vanity Hail Navy and added some chrome accents to match the faucet and the new light fixture that we installed. I spray painted all of the hardware black, just like I did in the other bathroom, as a way to save us some money and tie in the new mirror that we put above the vanity, and it worked out really well. My mom wanted this room to feel beachy and airy, so I tried to mix in a lot of whites and blues, some scents that remind her of the beach, and a lot of greenery. And it all just kind of helped to make this room feel more soothing. I did the same trick as the other bathroom, where I bought 2 shower curtains and turned one of them into a curtain to put over the window, just so they would coordinate. Up some navy blue towels to tie in with the blue theme going on in the room. And I found this awesome cabinet at HomeGoods, which fit perfect in the corner here for my mom's makeup and cosmetic products, skincare, all that good stuff. I also think the dark wood tone breaks up all of the white really nicely. A couple of bath mats, and this is the final room. I can hardly believe that I finished this room for under $500 and was able to do this all myself. I don't even think it looks like the same space at all. The blue really makes the room, and I think having the wainscoting and the board and batten up the wall really makes this place feel taller. Really, with some paint and peel and stick wallpaper, we totally transformed the feel of this space. Really, that's where the bulk of the money and time went into, if you think about it, which I think is pretty cool. I hope this space encourages you guys to try your own renovations, and I really am beyond thrilled with how this came out, and thankfully my parents are too, and that's really what it's all about. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.